Welcome back to my channel. So today what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go through how we spend on purchases that aren't necessary to save money. So the way that we do this is it's kind of like delayed gratification. So what we do is every month we track how much our investments are. So we add together our, 401ks, IRAs, any kind of retirement accounts, and any kind of brokerage accounts. We add it all together and tally it up to see what number we're at. And so that's the amount of investments that we would have at that time. So that's kind of how we track our investments. And then what we do is we make milestones off of that. So we say, say we had, $500 of investments across all retirements, brokerage, everything. What we would do is we would make milestones such as when we hit $1,000, this is what we get to buy. When we hit $2,000, this is what we get to buy. When we hit 5,000, 10,000. And this kind of gives us little goals and it delays the expense. So instead of spending money on something that we don't need but would be nice to have right now, we can save that and direct it somewhere else, whether it's paying down debt, or increasing an emergency fund or increasing investments. So it's kind of taking a look at and becoming aware of the things that aren't necessary expenses in the now and delaying those to when a future date is that our investments will be able to grow further. So some examples of milestones that we have are, the first one is a vacuum or a robot vacuum or a robot mop. So, or one that does kind of both. So that's one of the milestones. Right now we have a perfectly fine vacuum. We've got a perfectly fine mop. So it's something that's not necessary, but it would be really nice to have that just kind of goes about and does it on its own. And I don't have to take out the vacuum and then take out the mop. So that's just kind of a nice to have. So that's on one of our list of milestones. Another thing that's on our milestones is a new laptop. So my husband's laptop is on the end trajectory. It's very, very slow. It takes a really, really long time to load, to open anything. So that's something that is on our list. He doesn't need it right now. He has a phone that can perfectly fine pull something up. He can use the laptop I have to do whatever he needs to do. So it's not like a super necessity right now, but it would be nice to have. So we're delaying that purchase until we hit that next milestone. The other thing is when we do hit a milestone and we are we do permit ourselves to make the purchase, I still wouldn't make the purchase unless it's on sale. So when we hit the next milestone and I can finally buy the robot vacuum mop, I'm going to be waiting until Costco has a sale on the one that I want. So that's just kind of another thing on how to get the better price for the exact same thing. Another thing would be a new car. That would be something like a new car, a new mattress box spring. These are on our list, but it's more, we will eventually need to replace them. So it's kind of, we want to get to the investment milestones first so that those can start rolling on themselves before we make a big purchase like that. Granted, if something were to happen to the mattress or something that we would need to replace it, or happen to the car, we would need to replace it, we would do it then. But we want to keep it rolling until we hit the milestone. And since it's not super necessary at this moment in time right now. Big trips. So that's something that we have on our list for future milestones. Our guest bed has a comforter, and that comforter is that was our old comforter on our main bed. So I really don't like it. It's way oversized for the bed. It's like, I think the bed might be a full and it's a queen, so it kind of hangs off the side and touches the ground. So that's something that it's not necessary. It works perfectly fine as a blanket for whoever sleeps in there, but it would be nice to have one that fits and one that maybe looks a little newer and not as raggedy. Another one is the rice cooker. So we have a rice cooker right now, but it's over the years, we got it secondhand, probably like 5 years ago, and maybe more like 3 years ago. But it's like burned on the bottom, and it would just be nice to have a new one. So there's that. We use that all the time too. And then electric lawn equipment. So that's something that we're interested in giving a try. And we would obviously do more research before buying something like this, but this is an example of kind of one of the milestones where we have a lawnmower and it totally works. It's really, really loud, but it works. So using electric lawn equipment, more portable. So that's something that is on our list of milestones. A work shirt for me. So right now I have the work shirt that I primarily wear. The collar on it is kind of like, I don't know if you've seen the commercials of like, it's kind of like loose like that. So there's like detergent commercials or something where it shows like really loose collars. But so that's something that I don't need it right now. There's no holes or something in my shirt, my work shirt for work, but it's something that will be nice to have once we hit that milestone. And then at each of the milestones that we've created for ourselves, our family gets Jamba Juice. So Jamba Juice is something that we don't ever get. And so hitting a milestone makes it like a special occasion, and that's kind of what our family does. The other thing is with delaying these purchases, what you're doing is you're giving yourself the chance to either pay down debt, increase that e-fund, or invest, like I was mentioning before. And when you increase these investments and you let the investments grow, they start growing on their own. So they start fueling themselves without you needing to put additional in. So once you've hit a certain milestone, you've already built up that kind of snowball that's gained traction on its own. And so if you now spend something on something else, you at the same time, your investments are growing as no matter what you're doing on the side. So that's kind of our kind of theory on how to strategize spending, delay gratification, and make sure it's something that we really want, because a lot of times these things remain on this list for years. So sometimes they get added, sometimes they get removed. So that's how we do that kind of strategy of spending. If you like this video, please leave a comment below. Tell me other videos you'd like to see, and I'll see you later. Bye.